When you think about it, Sid is a lot like me. During the day, we're both losers who try not to stand out. But at night, Sid becomes an eminence in shadow, surrounded by beautiful 2D women, whereas I, during the night, become an even bigger loser, dreaming about the life Sid is currently living. The power fantasy genre is typically comprised of main characters that can be identified as being generic, with a harem of women swearing absolute loyalty to them for no meaningful reason, providing me and the boys with no real lasting enjoyment. I've watched and enjoyed a lot of these shows, but rarely do they ever get me hooked and wanting more, due to the fact that these authors are just consuming each other's works and are regurgitating it out as their own. But then you get someone who creates a character like Anos, a charismatic, handsome motherfucker. Sid is on the opposite side of the spectrum from Anos, living out my 8th grade fantasy while being just as entertaining if not more than Anos. He plays the piano beautifully to fuel his Eminence in Shadow identity, decorate his room with fine art to bring upon an atmosphere fitting for an Eminence in Shadow. And has attained the power equivalent to a nuclear bomb, just so he can fend off a nuclear bomb. This man is not your average cookie-cutter protagonist. He's a man desperate for money and will do anything from stealing money his subordinates worked hard to make, unintentionally becoming a bandit who's better than an actual bandit, as well as acting like a doggy for some princess. In this sense, he's a better doggo than Denji. Where Denji became a canine because he loves the woman who saved his life, Sid is putting on this act solely for monetary value. Women just don't affect him. He's surrounded by countless beautiful women, whom are constantly making advances on him.
朝に夕にと2日にわたる宗教勧誘を何とかかわし続け、
もう少しだけこの関係を続けてみないかなって。
お断りだ。
His name ain't Shadow, but instead Sigma. The story is by no means a highbrow complex narrative that redefines its genre, but the effort Sid takes of being a background character unnoticed by all makes it the big entertainment, carrying the lackluster animation and visuals throughout the season. The man has put more effort into staying a side character than other protagonists put into becoming the hero. The antagonists, though, are surprisingly lame for being a cult led by the so-called Knights of Rounds, trying to revive a gigantic devil. Lutheran was a former member of the Round Table and lost it due to an illness. Nelson is the current 11th seat of the Knights of Round, an above-average looking ugly bastard, who then casts away those titles by putting on whatever the fuck that outfit is. How in the hell were these guys going to put up a fight against Sid? Man's got a massive holy sword on him at all times, disguised as a tiny flaccid cock.
Konton no sono e tabidatsu daro.